Yeah.
Chúng ta nạp đạn nhé.
Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on. Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on Urban Frontlines between Shadowheart playing 4th Dutch going up against Cow playing 35Y, so two top of the line divisions. I'd say 35Y is S tier, and I'd say 4th Dutch is highest A tier. And yeah, we're on Urban Frontlines today. So let's go through the deck reviews, and then we'll talk about the map, then the matchup, then the deployments, then the game, and as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so this is the deck review for 4th Dutch, played by Shadowheart, and yeah, we'll go through it tab by tab. So, first, there's only two cards of supply, which for a heavy tank div with heavy artillery, you may find yourself running out of supply. It just depends how well you can supply your units, basically. If you find that if you're not using more than two cards, then just leave it at two cards. But I always find that I need three for a heavy tank div with artillery, because you're always supplying the artillery, you're always supplying the heavy tanks after they get damaged, so I tend to use a lot of supply that way. Then in terms of these CVs, you've got the cheap one for 40 points, and then the slightly more expensive one for 55. They've got the same speed, but this one has smoke and some armor. So for only 15 points more, this is pretty useful for the front line, but if you want to keep one near your arty, then you'd use this one. So it makes sense to bring one of each, but yeah, well, we'll see. So Inf tab, there's some more CVs here. This one's being brought in the IFV. So between the CVs you can choose from here, you've got 4 men with smoke for 50 points, or 5 men without smoke for 45 points. Smoke's very useful, so yeah, I understand bringing the smoke one. In terms of bringing it in the IFV, sure, but you don't have a wheeled CV now, because this is tracked, and now this is tracked. So does that make sense? Surely you'd want a fast CV for the start of some description, otherwise you'll be behind on points. So I'd be bringing it in the truck, really. And then, so Tow 2, Infantry Tow 2 team, yeah, that's fair enough. And then a bunch of Panzer Infantry in the IFV at 1 vet. So the thing is, right, this is 90 points, and that means that you can only bring, so, 90 times 3 is 270. Yeah, it is, I don't have to check that, it's 270. And that means that you can't buy 3 of these a minute. Whereas these guys, you can buy 3 a minute, which is why people bring them. So they're only 35 points, which is very, very good. And then, yeah, you bring this at 1 vet, and you can get 3 of these in a minute. And crucially, so this is 80, so that would take you up to 240, which means that you could buy 2 of these and 1 of these in a minute. Alternatively, what's 180 plus 80? It's 260. So you could buy 2 of these and 1 of these in a minute, and you could get 3 out in a minute if you do it that way. I think that's right. I am actually going to have to look that up. Brain not working correctly today. Yeah, 35 plus 45 is 80, of course. 80 times 3, 240, yes. And then, yes, 90 times 2, 180, plus 80 is 260. So basically, you would swap out one of these cards for this one, and then you can keep your momentum going so you buy, because obviously you've got these in a 2-to-1 ratio, right? I don't understand what causes this bug. It must be something to do with alt tabbing, but now I'm just stuck like this, so you're gonna have to put up with that. I'll try alt tabbing again. No, it doesn't seem to have fixed it. Yeah, something to do with alt tabbing causes this. So, I'm just gonna pause the recording and restart my game. Oh, it's a piece of junk, honestly. Just can't fix anything. Such a weird bug. It's been in the game for ages. USS Liberty wants to be my friend. That's what I get for not being able to do mental maths. I wonder where my calculator's gone. Right. Alright, sorry about that brief interlude there. Obviously, I'll have just edited it out, so you won't have seen anything. It's immediate view, right? So basically, you get one of these, right? You swap out one of these for one of these, and then you can buy these in a 2-to-1 ratio and get 3 out in a minute. And you can do that for 6 minutes, which... Alright, sorry for that brief cut there. I don't know what's up with my computer. It's just this bug. It doesn't seem to want to go away. Seems I fixed it though somehow. So yeah, you buy these at a 2-to-1 ratio, and also these. You can buy 3 of these in a minute, which you've already brought, which makes sense. And yeah, so you can keep this going for 6 minutes, and then for another whatever 3 minutes or whatever, you can finish these off. Um, so that's a lot of momentum there, and that's why you want this one, because it's like, well, do you need so many Carl Gustavs? Probably not. And then the Nators. So the advantage of the Nators is that they're pretty good for the price. This thing isn't bad for 25 points. It's actually alright. Obviously, BWP1 on packed equipment's just better than NATO equipment, because that's what happened in real life. That's why they won. And it's cheaper as well, which is why their economy fell apart from making all those really cheap vehicles. So I like this, but you don't actually have any other wheeled infantry, so it might be best to just leave these in the truck so you've got the wheeled infantry, and I would definitely be upvetting them by 1. Because, yeah, reservist really hurts you, and reservist 0 vet basically makes you useless. So, I mean, do you really need 12 of these? And then there's this. So this is not a military police vehicle. And these men, they are military police. You put them with your nators, I guess. If you're going to keep them at Nova, you can have these with them, I suppose. But are you really doing that? Do you find you're actually doing that? You're probably not doing that, are you? So, especially because this isn't a military police vehicle, I'd be tempted to just swap. And Uzis aren't very good. I'd be tempted to swap them out for some genies. And now you've got, if you get into a town, you've actually got something for that as well. Or you could bring another card of IFVs, right? And if you do that, then you can 2-vet them all. Okay, well maybe not this one because you don't get that many, but well, you lose 2 availability, which is the same as you do on all the others. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and then you get 4 back. You could try that, whatever works for you. But I'd be tempted to bring the genies instead. Or you could use the military. If you're actually using it, you can use it. Arty tab, so yeah, your heavy arty here. Very good heavy arty. I bring 2 of these as well. And then you've got this thing. So you got to choose between a wheeled supply, a wheeled transport, which gets it there faster, or an armoured transport, which means it survives counter battery. So, considering this is a slow div, I'd be bringing it in the armoured transport, which helps it survive counter battery, and it's got smoke and all sorts. This thing's garbage, so don't bring it. Tank tab, so here we've got another CV, right? So now you've got 2, 4, 6, 8 CVs, which, I mean, I like having 7, and 6 is a bit low, so, so yeah, it can make sense. Or you can swap out one of these. Let's say you want this one with your arty and for cheapness or whatever. You could swap out this and get 3 points, right? And go on 6 CVs, which are 3 cards of CVs. Not so bad. 6, not so bad. 5 is cutting it close, really. 5 is not ideal. But yeah, 6 can work. And then, yeah, so this is obviously, like, one of the best tanks in the game. 21 kinetic pen means it one-shots a 3 armor vehicle at any range. And it fires very fast and it's very cool. And so yeah, you bring it at 1 vet. And then I wouldn't be bringing these tanks at no vet at all. Especially given that you don't have a military police vehicle to put with them. I'd be bringing these at 1 vet. And then I wouldn't be 1 vet in this because there's no point. Like, Basically, you know, the veterancy, it's about accuracy, and it's already 65, and now it's 70. That's weird. This is lowercase, and this is uppercase. Was that like that last patch, or did they fix that? And so yeah, suppression resistance doesn't really matter when you've got 2 armor, because if somebody hits you and you're not dead, you should smoke and leave. So I down vet that, get rid of one of these, get another one of these, and then yeah, Leopard 1 NLs at 1 vet. So that's how I'd be doing it. And if you need more tanks, well, you don't get any more tanks, but you could get 2 more of these, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. That's worth knowing. If they bring them at 1 vet, they've only got 8 non-CV tanks. Although you can bring more in the form of CV tanks. So recon tab. Yeah. So we're still saving those 3 points. I want it for the air tab really, but you could put another, get 2 more tanks here, and there you go. All you've done is just move the cheapo one to here, which is just fair enough really. And now you've got still 8 CVs, and you've got more tanks at 1 vet, which can be useful. Recon tab, so yeah, the recon helo, very useful. The KCT vinegars, yeah, so you know, you really do only need 4 of these, really. The thing is that this isn't a special forces transport, so it doesn't benefit from the speed gain of upvetting this. This unit will get faster, but so honestly, I'd probably be bringing this at 2 vet, because you don't benefit from the speed boost, and it's got GSR, which can help you in the late game. Then you know, Vereninger's AT, which is a good squad at 1 vet, or you could get, you know, 8 men with Uzis and satchels if you want, because you've already, like, these guys have AT, and this is also a 4-man squad. So I'd be, or you could bring it in the helicopter, and there you go. Now you've got a helo option, or you could just swap them out for some Genie Verks. Obviously, it comes in a slow transport, but then you can get rid of the Genie here, and you can bring all these at 2 vet, or you could bring more Nators. You can bring your Nators at them, yeah. You know, lots of... I'm just giving you ideas, right? You don't have to do it. Then, yes, 2 cards of these is always a must-have. And they've got very good optics, so you often don't need this for your tanks, but it can be useful. AA tab, so Eyehawk, Cheetah, Stinger is just normal. Don't bring this, it's terrible. It seems to be missing the inside of its barrel as well. Then the air tab, right? So let's say we went for the maximalist approach, where we got rid of this, and we got rid of this. Now you can fill your air tab, so you get your 2 fighters. Don't upvet this, there's no point. For the sake of 6%, 8% ECM, and some limited aim time, you're losing an availability, and availability is very important. And then you could bring... you know, so between these two, right, this has a bigger payload, but this reloads in 1 minute. Although this reloads in 2 minutes. And then, like, do you need this? Maybe you do, I don't know. But yeah, with our remaining 7 points, you get all these. And there you go, you're now an airspan deck. I would definitely be bringing this if you can. Or you can go for a limited approach and, you know, put back in one of those... you could put this back in... Or you could, you know, put that CV back in. Or you could get some more infantry. Or you could put this back in, although I wouldn't recommend it really. You've already got a cheapo CV and an inf CV, so I'd be getting the tanks if you want even more CVs. Or, you know, or you could put this back in and have 12 TOE2s. Or yeah, you could upvet them if you bring in that many. You might as well. You probably don't need 12 TOE2s. So, you know, just some ideas for you, right? Switching to his opponent's deck, we've got Cow playing 35Y, and this is a bit of a weird one, so I'm not sure if these guys are friends or what, but yeah, so Car CV, very normal, Helo CV, just never bring this, it's just, it gets spotted really easily, and it has to be landed to cap, so the enemy spots it, and they either suicide a jet into it, or they just arty it when it lands. So you can bring this, which is 3 per card. Or you can bring this, which is 3 per card. Yeah, because there's only 4 CVs in this deck, which is really not on. So I'd be bringing this, and there you go. You've now got 3 per card, and you've got your forward deployed CV. 3 cards of supply on a VDV deck, which doesn't have the MLRS. It doesn't make any sense, because you don't get tanks and stuff, so you don't need 3 cards of supply on this div. And yeah, inf tab. So the best part of this div is the fact that they can bring these BMD2s, and he's not brought them. So I don't really understand it. Instead, he's gone for 15 rocket helos, which, okay. I mean, if that's the strat you want to run, can't really stop you. I wouldn't be upvetting these. And I'll be getting rid of one of those, and then you start getting these Desert Niki. You want at least 2 cards of Desert Niki. Do you really need all these rocket helos? Maybe that's what the 3rd card of supply was for. I guess we'll see in game, but here we go, 15, 14. Extra card of BMD2s, best part of the division. And yeah, so Metis, Pulmachiki. I prefer 2 cards of Metis, doesn't really matter. Everything's being brought pretty high vet. Like, are you buying 15 of these? Can't it be 10? Do you know what I mean? Arty tab. So, Vasilex are terrible. So you want a card of Nonas and this for smoke. And if you're going for that 3 supply strat, then you would swap this out for the 2 half-grads. And just keep these going all game. Oh, well, okay, you get rid of this one, really, because these can smoke. So there you go, and then you would put the 3rd card of supply in, but let's just pretend we're not doing that. So yeah, mark the smoke, whatever. Tank tab. Don't bet these, you want as many of them as possible over the course of the game. And recon tab, so even more of these people in helicopters. Specialized crew, okay. 2 sets of so you need 7 recon helos, do you really? I mean, why not get this one, perhaps? Or, yeah, I don't know, maybe you do need 7 recon helos. Then, even more, I mean, no, you don't need this. Yeah, okay, you can get these if you want, but your deployment will be slow, so I like having this, or bring in one of these in a car. But the Scratcher is good. Or you can bring this with it, but it's not forward deployed, is it? And yeah, I wouldn't be. I mean, okay, whatever. Helo tab, AT, and then these. Yeah, it makes sense. Although, I mean, so you're paying a lot of. So it's got 20% ECM, right? But I mean, this is literally. I mean, it's 60 points less for 20% ECM, and a gun that you're never going to use is 60 points worth 20% ECM. The missile will hit you anyway because you're an unlucky person. At least that's what happens to me. So I'd be swapping these out for the cheaper ones. This one or this one. Then in the air tab, so we got the MiG-29s, and now with your 7 points that you've saved over the course of this diatribe, you can get another MiG-29, and there you go. Now you don't really need this anymore. Or you certainly don't need 2 cards of these. There you go. Save you some points. And this is really good at dealing with tanks. This is not. I don't like this at all. This missile did get nerfed. Now it reloads in 2.5 seconds instead of firing them off both at once. But yeah, you can get the LGBT. You can swap this out for another LGBT, or you can swap it out for another AT, or you can just keep it how it is, whatever you want. And you can, you can get the seed aircraft, so you can send it out with your other things. This is a really good seed aircraft. So you could try that. I would keep the 6 fighters though. I think you're gonna need it, especially given that we just downgraded his AA situation. And then you can get 6 more of these, or 6 more of these, or 10 of these, right? Or you can get 6 more Scrashits or whatever. Or you can get 2 more helicopters, right? Or you know, you could get rid of one of these, or what have you, whatever you want. The world is your oyster. But yeah, I'd be getting more of these. Because we got rid of one here, if you recall. Or you could bring some more Nonas, I don't know. Or you could, you know, let's say you don't want to do the air strat, right? So then this was cluster, wasn't it? I don't really agree with that. This isn't bad either, because it's 3 per card and it's only 160 points, right? So I'd be using that instead of that, perhaps. But yeah, with those remaining 3 points, you could get the seed, or you could get that supply, that third card of supply, and then you could you know, swap these out for a grad, half grad or something. Because you've still got the mods for smoke, and you could just keep these firing all game, or you could do it the other way around. You know, I'm just giving you some ideas. So with the deck review out the way, let's go to the map, talk about the matchup, the map, the deployments, and then the game. As always, timestamps in the description. Right, so with that out of the way, as you'll know from the deck reviews, which you definitely didn't just skip, this guy Cow has decided not to bring his main advantage, the BMD2, and has instead just gone really, really, really heavy on the helicopters. So we'll see how that goes for him. I think it's put him at a disadvantage, to be honest, but we'll see. Uh, and on the flip side, Shadowheart's gone for a lot of like up-vetted ATGM vehicles and zero vetted tanks. So we'll see how that goes. In terms of the map, it's a better map for 35Y really, because of the you know, the buildings and so on. But Fourth Dutch is just good everywhere because it gets all these auto cannons and stuff. And given that the 35Y player has decided not to bring his auto cannons, he's really going to struggle against the YPR spam. And Fourth Dutch also gets a bunch of like 2 cards of reservist infantry, and its line infantry is very cost efficient. So yeah, so we'll see how it goes. And yeah, that's it for the matchup. Looking at the map, I prefer being on blue's side because it's quite easy to attack into Foxtrot compared to attacking into Echo or Bravo or Hotel. And I find attacking into India to be easier than attacking into Alpha, because when you want to attack into Alpha, you sort of squeeze through this gap. Although once you get here, you've got a pretty commanding view of the zone, so I guess it's all right. But yeah, on India, blue basically gets to here at the start, and they can see most of the zone. And then they can move to this building, move to this building. They do have a problem with people putting stuff here, which just shoots them as they try and get in. But no, I do prefer being on blue's side. Having said that, red does have an advantage in middle in that they get more high rises here than blue does, so they can, like, an ATGM here is very effective, as it is here, although this is bounced out by that point. You know, you've got stuff back here, and then you've got 4 buildings here, whereas the opponent only has 2, and you can get a CV in here by just running it into this building, whereas blue has to sort of expose himself and tends to hide here. Or you can also hide behind here, which is quite nice. So, yeah, I do still prefer blue's side. So, let's have a look at the deployments. So, we've got 2 motorized Razvedka going straight for Alpha. In the Descent helicopters, as we know, Cow likes his helicopters. You know, he's got, like, upwards of 20 helicopters, 20 armed helicopters, and 8 unarmed helicopters, and some Helo CVs. Big Helo fan. So he's got 2 going there, 1 going here to India. That's going quite deep. We'll see if he gets there. A Recon Helo. And then we've got, so 2 pull Bachiki. 1 going to here, 1 going to here. Oh, whoops. Oh, okay. So 3 pull Machiki going to this 1 building. Then a 30mm going to here. I think it'd be better suited here, really. Or here, but okay, whatever. And then 2 UAZ Conkers going down to Alpha. Then we've got 30mm going to here. This is typically where you'd want an ATGM, but okay. And then we've got Spetsnaz Groot, 30mm going to these two buildings, and then a Conker's going to this building. So yeah, using all 4 buildings there. Forward deployed CV, which... Okay. I typically go Golf Hotel India, and then one for Foxtrot Charlie. Obviously he's attacking Alpha, right? But it looks like, yeah, he's going Golf Foxtrot Alpha, and then he's using the Hilo one to get Hotel India. Switching to his opponent's deployment. We've got 4th Dutch, which I think is a bit too strong, although I also think 35Y is a bit too strong, so there you go. The way I'd fix it is I'd just make it so there's only 1 card of CMVs instead of 2. Obviously it's not up to me, so this is how you open 4th Dutch, although he's not done it enough, I'd say. So let's start on the left. So we've got KCT Vinegars coming over here. By the way, you can just use Y and it will do the unload thing, whereas he's used fast move and then unload, so it's just more clicks. I mean, it's not a big deal. Then we've got a Recon Hilo, then we've got a CNV and a YPR. So this is exceptional optics, and I'm not sure what the point of it is here. Whereas the CNV, you know, it's coming in. Typically, you want the CNVs in pairs because, you know, one dies, one smokes and gets away, and then you just go down another road or whatever. But yeah, you can do what you want. So then we've got another AT going to here. A Pratt Tow 2 coming down. So I think that's a bit overkill, really. You've got an AT with a Carl Gustav there. This could be another CNV trying to get through the backlines and do stuff. Another Recon Hilo. And yeah, okay, so he's I think we know who we got this strat from. Then we've got KCT Vinegars. Right, so this isn't a road. I know it might seem deceptive from zooming out, but this isn't a road. So this guy's going to get here really slowly now. Whereas if he'd used this road, you know, it would be fast pathing over there. But instead he's got to get off the road. This is fast off-road, but whatever. And then he's got to get back on the road. And it's got lots of turns and stuff. I also like using this road. And then you'll just come down here and sort it out. But next time I'll try this road because that seems faster. So yeah, this isn't a road, this is a rail line. So you don't get the speed boost on that. And this was also started on the rail line. And that's coming over here. This is quite open. You probably get shot, but you do have smoke. Typically there's Conkers in here, although there isn't this time. Another CMV coming over here. At which point I think this road would have been better, but there's probably not much in it. Another KCT Renegades coming over here. And then, so for mid, we've got military police, 3 Nators, a Stinger, a Cheetah, and the CV, which is just going Delta and then actually, has it been passed? Oh, it's okay, it's just going Delta. So yeah, I'd have a CV going Delta Bravo Alpha, and then one for Echo, and then you pull it back and send it into Charlie. That's how I like to do it. Then on the right, we've got another KCT Vinegars, another CNV, and you know, these should be going fairly aggressively, and then a Recon Hilo, and then another Pratt. So this man likes seeing, apparently, for a... This is 13 Recon. You don't need 13 Recon at the start of the game. And also, he's not brought his autocannons, so these are probably just going to get chewed up by the 30mm. The YPR autocannons are sort of what you want to be bringing here, but yeah. So let's cast the game. We shall do so from this perspective. Right, so they're off, and it's time to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest levels with 2,000 views. I'm currently an unemployed PhD student. My funding ran out because I took too long making Warno videos. So that's entirely my fault, but you should feel bad for me anyway. Opening 2 fighters was pretty smart, I guess, because now he can try and get these, or he can just miss them. You see he's gone straight for this one, but I mean, like, what? This was a really bad micro. None of this should have got in. Yo, oh no, I mean, that's not even died, and now, look, they're all landed, and oh dear, massive missed opportunity there. Like, he could have taken out these 2, he could have taken out this one, he could have taken out this. He would have at least got 2 of them if he'd microed it properly, but instead he got none. So that's really bad news. He was probably too busy listening to the generous channel joiners. If Fails to unload this, so it goes down to the descent. And MiG-29 purchase, these are really good. Basically the best fighter in the game on a cost efficiency basis. Apart from that new TikTok thing, which is absurd. And as you can see, it's just beating up everybody. So this should be coming and helping. What? Okay, so waits for him to run out of missiles. He doesn't bother using the guns on him. And then this doesn't accomplish much. This was not a great deployment for Blue at all. I mean, buying those fighters made a lot of sense, but he just microed them very badly, and now he's bought this F-16, which didn't help him against the MiG-29. So it's not gone well, really. 30mm going in on the CMVs, but this one can't actually shoot back. There you go, takes out his first helicopter. Or maybe second, because there were two here. And looks like Red secured this. What I'd like to see Red do... No! Yeah, he didn't even... what the heck? Clearly not paying enough attention there. And now Red is reinforcing with helos, which doesn't make much sense when there's two enemy fighters up. But there you go. And so that gets cleaned out. This just didn't cap that. That is really depressing. This CMV is really messing up these 30mm. It needs to smoke now, it's going to die. F-16 going in on the Belazor there. And yeah, what I really think Red should have done is bought another MiG-29, because, like, so this is, you know, this is like another MiG-29 basically. And he could have taken this out, perhaps. So the CMV is getting taken out by Conkers and so on there. And these Nators are just dying to the 30mm. As we spoke about, you need autocannons, really. I'm not sure why this is engaging that when this is... Oh, is this on the floor? No, it's not. Okay, that was kind of weird as well. Could have smoked that off. Another MiG-29 has been purchased, or it might be the one from before just came back. This should be coming and helping. Okay, now he just needs to run away, because he's not going to win that fight. And, yeah, it sucks, because obviously... Blue has more fighters than Red, but yeah, the MiG-29 is very good, although it's not making a good account of itself there. It just seems to have missed everything. And now Red needs to get his fighters back and hopefully shoot this on his way out. I wouldn't be clumping up like this. And yeah, all the Nators died to Plamier 30mm, so that's pretty rough. This came back and capped this, and now it's going for India. And here we go, so he's buying some autocannons now. But he's lost this, he's lost mid. It looks like he's got India. Is this amphibious? It is. So when you attack move like this, it's going to go in the water and it's going to go really slowly. Look how slowly it's going in this tailing pond or whatever you call it. Trailing pond? I think it is tailing pond. So Belazor was driving down that road into mid. It gets taken out by a scout. It does happen. And then, yeah, he's sending the heal. This is 1 HP, so I'd just be healing that. And the Helo CV went down to this because it's got the best autocannon in the game. Well, I suppose the Bushmaster's the best now because for some reason this had its motion accuracy nerfed. Loads. But yeah, I mean, Dutch obviously needs a nerf, but Belgium also gets that. this thing. Doesn't get this. So yeah, that's pretty rough. And yeah, so here we go. As you can see, the autocannons are having a much better go of things. As we know from his deck review, he didn't bring the cheap infantry, so he could have got 3 of these in a minute, but he chose not to. And now he's getting some more military police and Nators. So this should go down, really. I mean, this would have killed it anyway. And if I was Blue, I'd be sending all this over here and making sure Red doesn't get back in. And just trying to hold here, play quite defensively. These are in gun range, in AT range, so they're dead now. Down it goes. So yeah, you just don't, like, this should be unloading here, really. And so yeah, if I was Blue, I'd begin playing very defensively here and just stack up India and push into Hotel. Although that's just my play style. I always like to sort of try and get around the sides and stuff and mix it up and not reinforce positions and then lose them. It is very entertaining, though. And here we go. So IHOT purchased. He didn't sell the transport, which is good. He does need to buy a supply for that. Because, yeah, you're not going to break into 30mm with just infantry and trucks. You need recon, and like those CMVs are really good against them. So that turned away, which Wasn't very smart. Should have turned into it, really. And if he doesn't reinforce this, he's going to get hammered. So IHOC misses, but it does evac the MiG-29. Although, no, I think he chose to evac that. And, okay, so another fighter purchased. Keep in mind he upvetted these, so actually it's not purchased, it's just, it was just off cooldown, so he upvetted these. I don't know about that, I prefer having 3 of them, but whatever. And then, yeah, these should be in buildings, really. This could move forwards a couple buildings. He needs to get a CV up for Bravo, yeah, there we go. Don't know if they've been spotted now, so yeah, with it being 2 vet, I guess it's gonna be better at killing this. This does have ECM. The missile does hit it anyway, but as you can see, the gun on this is kind of weird. Like it shoots very strangely, and the rate of fire on it is clearly not correct because that did not. Oh, I used 100 bullets in. Actually, yeah, maybe it is right. So this one scratch it's going to kill all this unless this YPR can come over and sort it out. And he's pulled Machiki. If he moved it forwards one building, he could kill those. That goes down to a MiG-29. She'd expect, really. Yeah, the CMV trying to sort out the helos. Although, yeah, I think no, both helos landed. So there you go. So look at the autocannons shred the 30mm if you can see them, which you can because of these with the GSR here. But yeah, obviously the Conkers beat you, but you've got smoke, so it's fine. And then you buy the RT piece once you've stabilized your front line a bit. You buy the RT piece, you start taking out these things. So that's okay. And yeah, this needs to smoke now. It doesn't, so it dies. There's no AA here, so this descent's going to kill everything. These could be healed up. There were 2 of them. This one's been sent, but this one hasn't. And yeah, Cow looking like he's in a pretty commanding lead here. Shadowheart just sort of feeding, basically. Obviously, we have perfect information, but you know you can't like just running nators into VDV defended positions doesn't make much sense. Basically, you get one of these to scout, and then behind that you should have all your autocannons and your light tanks and stuff. This has oh, it's not the one with 10 million meters range, because that's on 56Y. Yeah, the natives are dying. If they were in the buildings, they'd live a bit longer, but they're still going to die because there's no AA here. So, sort of a lack of combined arms there. Now he's bought a cheater, and he's bought the arty to start clearing out these positions. Like, he's got time, mainly because Red has just sort of refused to cap these zones. Which ain't great for Red. I mean, he's in here. He could have sorted this out. He could have bought another one of those Helo CVs we know he's got. This second one. And yeah, so you see that Conkers has fired quite a few times now, so this should really... There we go. And it'll have corrected shot because of this gentleman here. And he's put 2 in the same building, which you never want to do. And frankly, as soon as this shoots, you need to move it to the next building over. Sometimes they spot that and shoot the next building over anyway. And like now you could react and try and get out of there. Or you could just get very lucky, I guess. Although it is shooting from the back of the map, so... As you can see, artillery splash is useless. It was actually the tanks that killed it. Even on a 203, it can land right next to you and do literally nothing. So, you go, very sturdy building here. They don't make them like that anymore, I'm afraid. Wonder if there's any hot point washing machines in there. Or was it a tumble dryer? I can't remember. Anyway, that was a pretty rude thing to say. Thankfully, most of the audience won't understand what I'm on about. So, yeah, the 2 leopard ones doing a lot of work here. This is another way you can sort them out, you know, the leopard ones. And yes, just still no AA here. Like, you just turn off cover and hide behind this. And he's just running back in so he can get shot. This has literally run out of bullets. So that's one way of solving the problem, I guess. And then, yeah, this can move while reloading. So you move it up while it's reloading. Buy a cheapo CV for it. You could even use this or this one because it's not really doing anything. Just, you know, click it, Shift F, click on this, and it will just go follow it around. I actually don't even know if you need to use Shift. You might just be able to press F and click it. But I always do Shift F. I don't know if I have to or not. There you go. So, you know, this is engaging, right? Obviously, as we know, very low motion accuracy, apparently. But, there you go. And, yeah. Sort of feed in here. These guys have made it pretty far, though. They're in a good place. So, okay, so he's going to try and snipe the AA. We'll see how it goes. And, yeah, he gets it. Eyehawk misses. This should really be going on the Eyehawk. Okay, it is. And as you can see, it's a high-altitude cluster bomber, so I really don't like it. And he did miss this slightly, but it gets it anyway. Still caught in that blast radius. And, like, this should have been evac, really. So that was a nice... I mean, he lost a plane for it, but he got an Eyehawk and a cheetah. And given his predisposition to helicopters, it makes sense. But imagine if you just bought 6 BMD-2s instead and just ran in here and taken this. So, you know, opportunity cost and all that. So, +1 for Cow. He's doing quite well for himself. He's bought another one of these now. He's losing a lot of momentum by doing this. Like, you see blue starting to sort of stack up here. Also, he's still not capped this, which is really weird. Yeah, okay, so those both miss. I guess it probably broke LOS because they came behind this building. And, yeah, down they go. So aim for the one that... Okay, Conker's missed. Okay. And that was quite lucky for this, actually. It's got a 25% chance of missing twice in a row, I suppose. Statistics in it. And now he's coming back and he's going in on that cheater with the gun. And that went about as well as you might expect. And now it's going to die. So that was really dumb of him, really. He shouldn't have done that. It's got 3 armor, so, you know. Doesn't make much sense, really. If you're going to use the AT rockets, okay, sure, but... So yeah, just the Leopard 1 spam here, bringing Blue back into this game. And here we go, he's buying some IFVs now. Sorry, I don't know when you'll be seeing this. It might be after Eid, but I am fasting, which means no drinking for long periods of time. I'm very weak. But yes, it does make my voice do that a lot more. So, this is going to be interesting. And yeah, I don't know, he just keeps driving them into the enemy. I just unload here and send the infantry in first. This is so sad. Can we hit 50 likes? Yeah, this is going to die now as well. He could have smoked it and unloaded it. Or just smoked it and reversed it. Is this guy just going to... Okay. 2 vet, by the way. So this just survives because this man missed 3 times out of 4. Which, okay. And there you go, nice RT. But yeah, still no AA here. The cheater's on its way. And yeah, I don't know, just like driving guys in without recon. Just get a C and V here, then you can see. I'll put a KCT Vinegars in here, and then you can see. You know, lots of ways to see. As for Red, he's still not bothered capping this. He's just kind of sat around, buying planes, trying to snipe AA nets with planes. So he's going in on that cheater, and the Eyehawk hits him, and, oh, this still has rounds. Yeah, he's probably dead. Down it goes. So he's marked this, and then this cluster should really have been, like, right behind it to hit the Eyehawk. Shadowheart should now move this, because he knows that people are trying to get his AA. Yeah, so this is coming in, and it's flying straight over that cheater, which he knows about, because it shot his other plane. It should be coming in from this angle, so that the cheater doesn't shoot it. Because, yeah, I mean, it's risky enough anyway, 1v1 in Eyehawks. If it hits you, now you're dead. So, there you go. You know, not very intelligent gameplay here. So he's doing it again. Typically, you know, you want them both coming in at once. Okay. Sending the MiG-29s to soak up rounds, but behind the HE. And that got a crit, which is pretty unfortunate, really. But, yeah, so... The MiG-29s get the thingy-mabob, and the Eyehawk... What? I think the Eyehawk just blew itself up. I think it did. Either that or one of these missiles hit the Eyehawk. We'll have to go back and watch that. We'll have to go back and watch that later. And like a separate meme video if it was funny. If it wasn't, then, you know, who knows. But yeah, so this is like really just... This is so brain dead. I mean, it's just it's just been running into this position the whole game. These guys have like 3 machine guns each. Obviously, once they lose some people, they lose some machine guns. And as far as Red's concerned, there should have been meta squads in here, you know, in here, in here. You don't just sit there and let the enemy build up in front of you. You gotta, you know, put another Conkers here. I know you lost it. You just buy another one, get one up here, right? There should be one here as well, shooting across. There should be one in here. So Red's not doing a good job of defending his territory, and Blue's not doing a good job of attacking. But he's got in here, and Red still hasn't bothered to countercap this. I'm getting somewhat agitated. So this is going in on the wrong house. I guess they probably moved. They probably used to be here. And these have smoked, and there's no AA. So all Red has to do is just sit here and wait. He's not done a good job of like sort of saving this, and he's trying to go in on that CV. He should really get it. The smoke seems to be blocking his LOS there. He's missing a lot. Okay, he's lost vision on it, and I can hear a plane come in. But yeah, these MiG-29s need to be closer to the you know, the area. And there you go, 2 Iglas out of 3 hit, and you know, they're all like 60% accuracy, so it makes a lot of sense. MiG-29 finishes him off, and this survives. The tank's died. He sees the CV, and he gets another crit, which evacs him. So I don't know, these cheaters are really good, but he is getting a little bit unfortunate here. Although, you know, if you fly over 2 of them, you usually die. So that's not great, and that'll probably die now. Oh, just makes it out. And now he's trying to bomb them again. You want to go for the more exposed one, because if you go on this one's going to be shooting at you the whole time. Sort of like how he flew over that cheater before to get to the Eyehawk when he could have just bombed the cheater, right? Or he could have brought a seed plane. Like, I mean, if he's going to do this all game, like, as we spoke about in the deck review, like, why doesn't he have a seed plane? This should be moving. Or it can just survive. And yeah, he's just feeding. Red's just feeding. So, Blue's still got a chance, given what I'm seeing here. And he's finally bought this. Although this CMV's here, so we'll see. Typically, you'd want this behind this building, so that it doesn't get shot by people. Or behind this one, which I guess is what he's doing. So that'll put Red on a +2. Blue has now bought 4 more Nators, and his AA died here, so I guess he's still got the cheater here. But yeah, so Blue, this guy who survived lots, managed to get in here. This is on the ground, needs to take off. He's gonna get shot. But yeah, this dies. And now Red can cap this and then come back and cap this. These men only have 1 HP. Cheaters do have 3 armor, but, you know, 2 shots of this will kill you. And that one died, and this one died. But yeah, as we know, he's got recon helos, although, and he's still got like 4 CMVs left. So he should really, you should buy all 8 CMVs because it's the best part of your div. Well, okay, your div's cracked in many ways, but that's one of them. As we know, Red's only RT is 4 Vasilex, so that's not fantastic. And yeah, these cheaters are really good against helicopters, especially when they're 3-vet from killing all these planes. Look how much it's shredding it. Their only disadvantage is that they don't have that much ammo. So yeah, yeah. Lots of lessons to be learnt. I do like the RT with the CV next to it, but then it should always be Shift F moved, right? And this you just, you know, Shift F and click on it, which I think he's done, yeah. And then you should always move it after it shoots, so it doesn't get counter batteried. Obviously 35Y, you don't really have to worry about it, but you might send a plane on it, which he seems to like doing. There's no infantry behind this, and this can kill that quite easily, actually, because of the autocannon. Leopard 2 on 0 vet is not great. If only Red had an AT plane and hadn't just wasted them all trying to 1v3 cheaters. Anyway, this goes really deep, so it's very dead. This YPR is just going to shred it, I reckon. And yeah, down it goes. Look how long they take to land. Look how long they take to land. Oh, it starts a fire under it, which makes it move, which stopped it from shooting, which let the infantry get out. And this man is going to die now anyway, because this is still shooting him. And I don't want to look over there anymore. We've got the next meat wave, and this time there's no 30mm defending it. I'm not sure what happened to them all. I guess they got artilleried slowly over the course of the game and shot by Leopard 1A1s, etc. So this time they're just going to walk in. I don't like it, to tell you the truth, because this reinforces this behaviour. The fact that it's worked on the 4th occasion means that he'll do it again, because he's like, oh, this is clearly a good strategy, clearly I got in. But yeah, I mean, Red about to close out this game on a +3, although Blue, you know, if he takes this, it'll only be a +1, and then if he gets Alpha, although he's got to deal with this, which still has a round left. So yeah, he's coming back in here. The Conkers is going to have something to say about it, though. Maybe. Perhaps. Although it's breaking LOS so frequently, he'll probably just mess up. So, Stinger's there, and the Stinger is going to miss the Akula with its 20% ECM. This man does have smoke. He does have some smoke mortars in his deck. You know, he could sell these extra 40 points. Why not? And this cheater's got rounds now. Akula gets hit on the 2nd time. Vasilex 2 purchased, 0 used. And I'm not sure what used to be there. Did anything used to be there? It's kind of weird. Maybe he thought this was running towards him, although the cheater would kill that straight away. And there you go. So he's got this on aggressive. I'm not sure what that does, to tell you the truth. I know defensive makes it smoke and go backwards when it doesn't see anything, which is what it just did there. So maybe aggressive just does the same thing. The unit will advance to retaliate if it thinks it can win. If not, it will defend. Okay. So yeah, a lot of newer players like to use defensive on their units. I think it's a good idea because it keeps them alive. I prefer not to because I like having the control. Red, once again, like no ATGM in here, so Blue's just going to walk back in. And that plus... Oh wow, he's capping 2 zones at once here. This thing, I mean, this is crazy. Every time they stand up, they get shot. So he needs to just take them all off at once and pull them all back at once. Instead, he's pulling them all off one at a time. That was a bit rude. And so they're all dying one at a time to the cheater, which has been eaten well today. This man's Strick. So he's going to try and high altitude bomb the CV, but he's going to fly over this Stinger and this cheater. This one's probably going to be out of range, but that's showing the ground range, not the air range. And he needs to make sure he evacs this way. Okay, so this wasn't in range. And, you know, I don't like that bomber, but it does get it, mainly because he didn't move. Leopard 2A4's in here, and there's only some Iglas and a Metis to sort it out. So now Shadowheart's going to be on a +4 once that caps. He's got another CV in, he's going for Foxtrot. 15 minutes left on the clock, 1,283 points to sort out. These haven't fired a single round. Yeah, just VDV problems, I guess, although it doesn't help if you just don't bring BMD2s and you don't reinforce your points and you just rely on helicopters against, you know, the best AA in the game. The best spag in the game, the Cheetah, which is an upgraded Gepard. But yeah, this Artie's been doing a good job. It's been letting me down every time I look directly at... Oh, he's aiming for the wrong building, okay. So Stingers... Yeah, I mean, they're missing. You need a cheater, really. Like this one, you could just move it over. Or you could just send in the guys unprotected and eventually get through on sheer weight of numbers. Guess that must be how the Dutch army operates when it's not busy handing over innocent civilians to Serbian gentlemen in football stadiums. Dutch military, famous of course for the effectiveness of its peacekeepers, its UN peacekeepers. So 2 CVs going down there to the helicopters. He's advancing without his AA, and this does have very nice range. The cheater is the counter because it's got more range, and it's mobile, and it's got the smoke. It's mobile. But instead he's opted for just fast moving everybody in and just hoping somebody makes it. And it seems to be working. He's now on a +4, and in 10 minutes he'll get 2,000 points. So and he's got time. So Cow buys his 3rd Vasilek. He needs more for the showroom here. These haven't fired at all. so he's bought a third one there. And yeah, so he's just losing stuff really fast to Vickers, and like just stop and wait for a cheater to show up. I don't know. I don't actually know if he's got any cheaters left. Actually, but he has been losing a lot of them. Anyway, I hope this is going on. Okay, so it's going on that, which is a very nice target. I don't know if it's corrected shot. Yeah, it was, because of how accurate it was, or he's just very lucky. Oh yeah, because this is here and this is here, and you can see those circles there. Yeah, it's going to be a +5 in a second. Leopard 2's getting in everywhere, really. And, you know, what a comeback. I really did think it was Jova, but Red did his absolute best to choose a route. What causes this? I haven't alt-tabbed. Last time I just went... No, it didn't work this time. No, I don't know what I did last time. So Leopard 2's getting side shot there by the this guy, I guess. Oh no, it was the Vickers just shooting it in the front. But it capped the zone. Belazor's coming around to sort it out though. And we're busy choosing a route here. We're choosing a route here. Right, so that's how you fix it. You hover over one of them and you alt-tab. And then it fixes. But if it's up while it alt-tabs... Does it stay? No. So we don't know what causes it. Anyway, the cheater's back in action. This guy has got so many kills this game. Mr. Strick here. Needs his supply. Supply is running off. Apparently the cheater, the Stinger gets priority, even though this man is basically single-handedly winning the war. Sadly, he can't cover all his fellow Dutchmen who are in a race. There must be some Serbians over here, so they need to get away from them as fast as possible. So they're just all running forwards into the arms of the Soviets. So the metaphor is beginning to collapse here. So there we go, first Vasilek shots of the game. You get to see how good the Vasilek is. And yeah, Blue taking horrendous losses, but all this stuff is so cost efficient. Because they don't have ATGMs, they're very cheap. So he's leaving the radius, and he loses a Leopard 2A4 there. But it wouldn't have done anything anyway, to tell you the truth. Yeah, so Red manages to take this one back. I did like how this had some smoke on it to try and keep it covered. So that was cool. And yeah, you know, the Vasilek, it looks very impressive, but I assure you it's useless. These Leopard 2A4s, you know, they're not going forwards with recon. They've not got the C and Vs with them, or the prrr. Dutch, a beautiful language, as we know. I actually have several Dutch friends, if you're wondering. I got nothing against Dutch people. It's just I know exactly what upsets them, so I bring it up whenever I can. Yeah. So Kokon covering the road here. Probably going to stop this guy. But yeah, that +5 has gone to a +3. Stinger with the max vet. So that Vracked. He knew what he was doing. Right? This Stinger didn't have rounds, and now it does. And with its max vet, it's got 70% accuracy. Doesn't help when you just feed your enemy planes all game. And so this is going to get in here. And Red never recapped this, despite there being an MI9 right here. Just never bothered to do that. Yeah, so this is going to get in. Bomber survives, but with the reload being 4 minutes. Or, yeah, we might see it again. This gets in. Cheater is completely out of rounds. Just isn't as important as Mr. Cockleman's here. And, yeah, this one YPR's been doing a lot of work, because now these two will also die to it. Conkers here has been shutting down this Leopard spam. And, yeah, trying to strafe with the jet there, but this man has moved. He could have moved this forwards to try and see a bit, I guess. And, yeah, you know, this could come over here and stop that any time. It could also... Well, I suppose there's an IV here, which would kill it. And he doesn't know what's back here, right? But you send the recon one forwards first. Oh, it's not been shot. Then you send this behind it. You've got the MiG-29 in case they get uppity. And, yeah, so these men need to just land immediately. Looks like they're going for the turn and fight approach. We'll see how that goes for them. And yeah, this autocannon is just absolutely incredible, as you can see. And yeah, okay, so lack of respect for the autocannon there, and then he surrenders. So yeah, yeah, definitely a game of Warno. I mean, I enjoyed it. Certainly some learnings to be learnt here. 80% win rate. Clearly, he's only been playing fourth Dutch. Um, and 57% win rate. So they're actually pretty relatively evenly matched players, like rank 200, rank 200. Um, yeah. So clearly a viewer of hippie YouTube videos. You know, because he's only played 85 games and he's got an 80% win rate. Clearly a viewer of hippie YouTube videos. And this man needs to watch more hippie YouTube videos because he's played 1,400 games and he's only got 57% win rate. So yeah, that was man. Fourth is just such a brain dead division. I need to make more jokes about Srebrenica. But sadly, the videos ended. We had some friendly fire there. Um, uh, yeah, you should hand them over to the Serbians instead. Save yourself some ammunition. And there we go. We got one last joke in. Oh yeah, we were going to see how many kills that that Spag got. Here we go, Mr. Strick. One, two, three, four, four planes and three helicopters. And then there was that other guy, Mr. Cocklemans on the Stinger. Yeah, so he got four, one plane and three helicopters himself. Paid for himself basically. So these like 250 and this is about 50, so that's 5, 10, 13, 14. Paid for himself about 14 times over, maybe 13 times. As for this man, this is 80, and this is like 240, something like that. 240, 240, 240, 240. So, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17, 19. So this guy paid for himself about 19 times over, something like that. Might be 18. So yeah, very, very interesting way to play VDV. So I'll see you around. GG.